Welcome to the September 11th Planning Board meeting, Foxborough Planning Board meeting. The meeting will be broadcast live and recorded by Foxboro Cable Access. There is a possibility that someone could Zoom in, but we're not counting on that this evening. First item is Planners Department update and active subdivisions.
Okay. Thank you very much. I had written this all up and then neglected to print it, so my apologies to you. Most of what I have to talk about tonight is master plan related. We have now had 7 or 8 different community engagement sessions between the ones that were formally master plan specific workshops and other conversational items, which would include like the Neponset Avenue conversation, the senior housing one, et cetera. The in-person events have, for the most part, with some exceptions, been pretty lightly attended throughout the process, which is unfortunate. But on the flip side of that, we've received a tremendous amount of input through surveys. The overall survey for the master plan is apparently over 1,000 responses right now, which is amazing. I just got that update today. And there isn't a single one of the surveys that has received fewer than 100 responses, including the ones that were just published a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So that's really good. I mean, I would have liked to have seen much more in-person engagement, but the timing this year, it was a summertime project, unfortunately, and those tend to be a little bit lighter attendance. We also had about 6 different kind of stakeholder interview, I guess you would call, types of meetings. The consultants attended the Economic Development Committee. They met with department heads. We had 3 different groups of like cross-sector type of conversations, one about transportation, which we had today, one about outdoor natural resources and recreation, which we had a couple weeks ago. We have 2 more of those, one that's arts, culture, and heritage related, as well as one that the craft group requested to talk about their plans for the future. And obviously that's important to the town, so we want to hear what they have in store. So we're kind of at a point right now where we're getting a really good sense of where the community's priorities, desires, and concerns lie. This master plan is going to be de-emphasizing economic development a bit. It just seems like residents are less focused on growth right now, but they are very, very focused on connecting to the things that they love about their town, the reasons that they moved here. A lot of people have been mentioning green space, natural resources, scenic areas. A good number of people have mentioned connections to waterways, which I have found very interesting. Yes. It's come up through the surveys and it's come up through one-on-one conversations. People really want more connection to waterways here in town, rivers and the reservoir, and just knowing where they can put a kayak in the water. So it's been a really interesting conversation around that type of thing. Transportation infrastructure is also arising as a vital concern. We've had a number of attendees at these events who are renters that actually live in like the Sylvan, the Lodge area, as well as some older individuals who are starting to have concerns about mobility. And it seems as though a growing need and area for the town to focus on is going to be, the sidewalk plan, making sure that there are safe connections between denser housing areas and the service corridors that they rely on. Discussions about public transportation and how to get seniors better connected to Gatra Dial-A-Ride, for example, to know what their options are. So it's been a good process. I've learned a lot through it, and where it goes from here after the next couple of meetings with folks around town. The consultants are going to be synthesizing a lot of those priorities into strategies and action items and things like that. They've also done a tremendous amount of research in the background regarding demographics, economic figures, housing trends, everything like that. So they've given me a couple of chapters that I frankly didn't have enough time to get to in the 2-3 weeks that they sent them to me, and they told me they're doing another round of edits anyway, so I missed my chance to weigh on the first draft. But they'll be getting us a draft to review in probably like mid-October, they said. So any volunteers among you all who would like to help us go through the chapters as they come in, and it doesn't have to be all of them. If there's one specific area that you feel more passionate or more experienced in that you'd like to lend your insights, please reach out to me. I'll send it again in an email to try to get some of you all to weigh in with your thoughts as the chapters come through. So that's my very lengthy overview of the master plan process, but it's at a point right now where we're starting to actually be able to see some trends and chart the future. So that was the biggest part of my update. There aren't too many others. We're getting a conservation vehicle at the end of next week, finally, for the first time in many years. So that will be very helpful to our new agent, so he doesn't have to rely on his own automobile with his own liability and putting a makeshift printed out laminated parking thing on it that says, "No, I belong here," with the town seal on it. So it'll be good to get some more official symbols for that vehicle.
Anything under active subdivisions?
Subdivisions are very active right now.
Good to know.
There's a lot of construction going on, which is great. You do have as an action item the request to set a bond for the subdivision at 438 South Street. I prepared a memo, which is in your packet. I sent Mr. Buckley's letter with the estimate to the DPW staff, and they agreed to the amounts, so there were no revisions to the amount. So the amount that they submitted was $83,197, and then we added 20% contingency. So I would like to request that the board set the bond amount for 438 South Street at $99,836.
Yes, please.
Make a motion to set the bond for 438, South Street subdivision at $99,836.
I'll second that.
Any further comment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I would abstain in that.
Thank you.
Gabby, do you know how soon he plans on starting?
I can ask him tomorrow when he comes to the office to pick up the form.
I don't, so. Why would you know?
Minutes.
Sure, go right ahead.
Did everyone have a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes, the meeting minutes from August 14th, 2025.
Second.
Any further comment? Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we did that.
You have to wait a minute.
We do? Why?
No, it isn't.
Oh, we-
7:05.
Yeah, but we're continuing this one, correct?
To open it first.
Okay. Make a motion to continue the public hearing, special permit 30 Grant Street, 4-unit multifamily dwelling, Colbrook Construction, Inc., till
September 25th at 7:20.
September 25th at 7:20.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfectly timed.
Perfectly to 7:10 PM. We have a public hearing for a special permit at 11 Lamson Road to construct a PFAS treatment facility to upgrade the existing water treatment facility, Foxborough Department of Public Works. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just quick way of introduction for anybody watching at home. My name is Chris Gallagher. I'm the Director of Public Works. I have with me Brian Weiner, Senior Project Manager with Ty and Bond. We're here to present and discuss our second PFAS treatment plant, which will be located down off of Lamson Road, down off of Oak Street, for anybody that doesn't know where Lamson Road is. This is our second PFAS treatment plant. The first one is under construction, currently on Pumping Station Road. That one is due to be complete early spring. This one would go into construction pretty much the same time as that one completes. So we are working through our permitting right now. This is a state revolving funded project. They have certain deadlines that we are working very quickly. Brian in particular is working very quickly to meet. We were before conservation or Brian was before conservation on Monday, and we'll be back in a week and a half for their approval of an NOI. We've also been working with several other state agencies, DEP, National Heritage, Wildlife, on some of their permitting as well for this property. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Brian.
Can I just ask one question?
Yeah.
What determines, I'm surprised to hear we are required to have a second one. What determines how many a town has?
The volume of water we can pump out of the ground at any one location is not enough to supply water to the entire town.
Okay.
So just like we have 3 green sand filter plants in town, we will need a PFAS treatment
At
plant
each one.
at each of those locations to meet the DEP or the
Gotcha. Thank
EPA
you.
regulations.
Thanks.
So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Brian because he has all the details that he's going to share.
Yeah, no, thank you for the introduction. I'm Brian Weiner, civil engineer, project manager at Time Bond. We've been working with Chris and Bob Worthley at the water department to move the project forward. And fortunately, it received funding from the SRF program. So we're in the stages of permitting to get approvals and submit the loan application for the October 3rd deadline. So we've submitted a set of plans based on the project site, and I'll take you to an overall project site to start. And it might be helpful to give you a quick overview. So it's a 61.8 acre parcel. Access is off Oak Street. There's a paved access that brings you to the existing treatment plant. I'll zoom in and then I'll go to the other pages where you can see more of the details. So here's the existing treatment plant building. This was designed and built 2011 to 2014, and since that time there's been PFAS regulations in Massachusetts, and the water exceeds the concentrations, and so being above the MCL, we submitted and received the funding to do the project, and so we're proposing to construct a PFAS building at this location, and it has associated pavement and grading and drainage, and I'll get into more details on some of the other plan sheets. It's a simple building in the sense it's a basic building, filters, electric room, treatment equipment, no chemicals. It's a pass-through with filters, so it leaves the existing treatment plant, comes into the new building, and then goes back to the existing treatment plant for distribution. So if the site was positioned differently, potentially you could have combined buildings or expanded the building, but that wasn't feasible given the location and the site constraints. So we've opted for this standalone building.
Is it just a copy of what's on Pumping Station Road?
Just about.
It's very, very similar. It's 90% the same, other than anything that's site-specific. So on this page, it's a little more detail. It's a masonry building, 48 feet by 112 feet. Again, process equipment, electric room, basic process piping. We're feeding power from the existing building. I could walk you through the stormwater calculations and improvements if it's helpful, but in summary, this is an existing design point. There's a culvert here in this grassed area, so we've taken advantage of that design point. We have a little bit of grading over here, and we'll continue that drainage pattern. The rest of the site over here, the majority of it is wooded. This is existing well number 10, and so this area over here was already developed and disturbed in 2011, and so we're redeveloping and regrading. We're meeting the Mass DEP stormwater requirements with
How much clearing are we doing?
It's just under an acre of clearing.
And where's the nearest residence?
I can bring you over to Google Earth. It's about 500 feet away. This might be the most helpful just to kind of,
And it's
yeah, I gotta
substantially
share
higher,
it.
too.
Stop sharing and share. Let's see. I'll go to it.
Let me go back into Zoom.
Now, while you're
Yeah,
looking
Zoom.
at
Sorry
that,
about
item,
that.
I have one quick question. Is this going to be an impervious surface, or is this going to be a permeable surface?
It's a combination of both.
Combination, okay.
Yeah, I'll walk you through the. I wish. There we go. I am going to figure this out. Okay. Hopefully it works. All right. So, just to give you a perspective. So here's the existing treatment plant. And, here's the location of the new building that's proposed. You can see this area is already developed. Here's the existing well 10 and existing driveway. So we're extending this driveway to loop through for access for fire department purposes.
And where's the road?
So this is the
Lamson Road.
This is Lamson Road. It passes through, it goes from Cannon Forge, and it comes out to Oak Street. So this is the existing Lamson Road.
Okay.
It is an unaccepted town roadway, and so the actual frontage is over here at Oak Street. It's a unique property in that sense. But it does have a Lamson Road address. So our proposed building is over here. The nearest location is about 500 feet away to here and also to here. And our topography over here will be lower than, there'll be a buffer with the hill and the landscaping. If I go back to the other page here, let me share. I can walk you through more details of the site plan. Appreciate your patience while I'm switching screens. Yeah, so all the dark gray shading will be paved. This is the new building, and then all this area in front, this is a grass area today. It'll continue to be a grass area, same with this. So we're extending this existing roadway and blending it to the new roadway to create the loop. And this is all grassed areas with grading. That's the quick summary. We're before you for a special permit because we exceed the 2,500 square feet of impervious area for the site. It's an existing non-conforming. Back in 2011, it was non-conforming, and so we're requesting to continue to have additional impervious area as existing non-conforming. Quick numbers. Back in 2011, the impervious area was at 2.66% of the property, which is 71,500 square feet. We're proposing to add 1.08% impervious area, which is 29,200 square feet, to bring the total impervious area to 3.7%, which is 100,700 square feet on the property. We've maintained as best we can low impact development. We have grass swales and channels and culverts, and we've maintained the open country system that they have today. We've extensively looked at the property and tried to come up with ways to site the building, and this has appeared to be the only flat area that we could make work with access and so forth to do the project. Behind the building, it's a steeper topography, and you have the property line, and then to the sides, there's already existing stormwater basins, and so this was the only location on the site that was available to develop closest to the existing plant.
So under the guidelines of the treatment, what do the guidelines say about percentage of PFAS you have to remove? And do you just meet that? Do you exceed it, or how does that work?
It's not a percentage of removal, it's a MCL limit. So for example, out of the 6 PFAS compounds, you have to meet 20 parts per trillion. You're approaching that standard in terms of the PFAS 6. I would expect when this project is implemented, you'll be close to 0 for PFAS removal. It's not a percentage, it's getting below the limit or as close to 0 as possible. But out of those 6 compounds, there's 2 that you exceed the threshold of 4. That's PFOS and PFOA. And so that MCL is 4, and you'll be well below 4 with implementing this project. Should be close to 0 or at the level of reporting that a lab could measure.
So it goes through your filtration system, and I'm presuming the filters trap this material, and then how do you dispose of it later?
So the filter media, it absorbs the contaminants because they're organic, and the most common way, it's still an emerging technology, an emerging industry, but the most common way is they remove the filter media and replace it.
Okay.
It's taken off site and they bring new back to the site. And so the question is with a lot of sites is how long does the media last? And it's fluctuating. It could be anywhere from 1 to 2 years between changeouts depending on water use and the concentrations.
What's the purpose for the grass strip behind the building?
This grass over here.
Yes, yeah, what's,
Yeah, so this is, apologize if you can't see super easily, I should have color coded, but, so this is existing pavement right here. This is the edge of existing pavement. And so this is a grass strip right now along the edge of the road, and we were maintaining that in the same setup with developing this location. This grassy area in the middle of the pavement, this is Lamson Road. Doesn't appear like a traditional road, but this is actually the true right-of-way between these dashed lines. This is a lot of electrical infrastructure in here today when the plant was built in 2011 to 2014. So we've maintained the look and how it exists today and functionality of the grass that's here and try to get it to blend in.
is this a grass that has to be maintained?
It's a swale, it'll be mowed.
So why do we need it? Why do we need something that requires maintenance? It's not like it's in the middle of town, people are gonna see it.
It's already there though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's already
This
there.
is
Existing grass
Like,
existing.
you're gonna be disturbing quite a bit of it.
Well, what do you want it to be?
Why couldn't it
pavement?
just be stone?
You could, it's preference. We kept the vegetation just to.
We're gonna have to
keep
maintain
with the
stone
theme.
too. You're gonna get weeds growing through it, and you're gonna get other things that we can't spray down there because of the well locations. So the grass is something that we have grass all the way up and down that road, both roads, sides of the road that we mow now. So that existing piece of grass, it just kind of makes sense to put grass back again, because we can't treat for weeds in that location because we're right next to the well. You know, grass is a good option. And it'll likely become, you know, weeds.
But you'll still.
But we can mow weeds.
Exactly.
We can't
Yeah.
mow the rocks. So,
I just look at it as a maintenance issue, you know? Okay.
Seems to be less of a one though than rocks. And we don't want pavement because then it becomes,
Right, it's impervious.
right.
Yeah, we've tried to strike a balance of the new impervious area and maintaining grass and getting it to fit into the site.
The insurance industry says this is like the next asbestos. Believe it or not.
What would be the vehicular frequency needed, estimated for this facility? Are people there every day?
no more than current operation. So we're there every day now. All of our well locations and treatment plants are visited every day, 365 days a year. They have to be manned at a minimum once a day. So currently, if it's just normal operation, there's somebody in there for a couple hours every day, and then they're
Technician
gone.
every day,
And again,
The
it's,
only other time would be whenever you have to change the filters.
yeah.
Yeah, and there'll be a SCADA system that you can see remotely what's happening at the plant, just like all the other
Yep.
facilities with the water department. There's no new operators as a result of this. It's an added process to the existing facility that doesn't require another operator.
It sounds like it has very minimal maintenance to it, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's my question. So now I have the other question from Gary is, so why do we have this extensive paved area if there's not going to be any more than one person there at any one time? And I don't know how big vehicles have to be to get in there to do this service once every 2 years or thereabouts. So that was just a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, no, great question. So we set this up so that you could maintain fire truck access. That's one thing, but coincidentally, when the filter media does get changed out, there are tractor trailer trucks that come in and come out, and so
Okay.
you need the full access with the turning radius for a tractor trailer.
Is the road paved?
Lamson Road is paved, yep.
Okay. And how long do we anticipate for construction?
We're probably 18 months from when we start. That's kind of about roughly the schedule we have with the existing plant on Pumping Station
Do you
Road.
think the end of '27?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just about, because we were
Yeah.
thinking a late spring start
Yeah.
for 2026.
Some of that'll depend on the long lead items. We started the Chestnut Street plant. Contracts were signed Labor Day a year ago, and the filter tanks just showed up today. So they ordered those. Those were, just about a 12-month lead time just to get that piece of it. So, a lot of the construction, the structure itself is up, and we were just waiting on the roof until the tanks went in. Because they bring a 100-foot crane and lower them in through the roof before they put the roof on.
Yep.
One other question. It looks like those grades on the southeast side of the site are contoured to dump into catch basin number 2. But what's going into the other one?
I'm sorry.
The one in the front?
Yeah, the one in the front.
This one, yeah.
Infiltration basin one and
Yeah.
infiltration basin two? Yeah, I can, so what happens is this slope right here, it runs into a swale,
Right.
which comes to this back basin. The entirety of the roof
Will run
comes
through.
into this back basin. And the way that this is graded, this back area of the pavement comes into this basin. In the entirety of this front area, what happens is it goes into a culvert here to this manhole
And
and
then,
kind of goes against the grade to get over here.
so what's going into basin 1?
Basin one is strictly this runoff on this side over here. I can open the stormwater report and show you the areas if it's helpful.
No,
Well, that's good.
it's all right.
Yeah, but what we're trying to do, so
You
we
don't wanna go too
we
deep
use
in the
this
weeds.
we use this
He
culvert
does care about drainage.
to balance the flow with. We would have liked to have more going here, but we couldn't meet the existing conditions, so we ended up putting this here, and it's a balance of the entirety of this part of the site goes to this basin.
Because one is already pre-existing.
It's pre-existing, it's existing culvert, so we're making the grass a little bit deeper by about 2 feet over in this area to have a little bit more storage, and then the overflow, it continues out this existing pipe culvert beneath the road to the existing basin.
Are there any houses on this road?
No.
Just this random road?
It's very, very isolated.
So now we'll ask,
Which is kind of what you want with a water
Yeah,
treatment
no,
plant.
it's great.
It's isolated except for the probably 100 of people that walk through there every day
Oh,
with
yeah,
their dogs.
okay.
so now we get to ask the question that, like we usually ask all our other applicants, which is where do you plow to?
So, as they come down the hill, the bulk of the snow just goes off the edge of the road. And then as they come around that circle, that oval shape there, they have unfenced areas, they can tuck it in off the edge of the road. And this would be similar. This would, I mean, there's quite a bit of room, even on the paved surface, if we need to use that to stockpile.
It's a lot of grass area in the middle here and
Yep.
the edges. The actual fence at the treatment plant is over. It's pretty tight to the treatment plant.
Are there any hard, fast numbers on the cost of this whole project?
So we received funding for 16.5 million for a complete program cost, which is design all the way through construction. That includes a contingency, so we're expecting that it'll be less. The Chestnut Street project, for example, is about 10 million. So this is more work than the other project, but and costs have gone up since that time. So we feel that the funding that was allocated will be enough to cover it, and then you're into a competitive public bid to come within the budget. We believe we've appropriated an adequate amount.
When do you expect to go out for bid?
So based on where we are now, the loan application with permits and a lot of paperwork is due October 3rd. By the end of the year, we should hear back and have full approval from the SRF program. They give you authorization to advertise. So we're expecting to advertise in January. And then we're required to award the project by the end of June with notice to proceed. That's the timeline that the SRF program sets out. So we'll try to do that much sooner. So if we bid in January, we could award it at some time with notice to proceed in the spring.
Is Chestnut coming in on budget?
Yeah, we haven't seen, I think we saw one change order, fairly small dollar amount, so we're holding the budget. Mostly due to Brian's diligence, not only on the design, but just kind of keeping the contractor in line and the subcontractors too. Most of those change orders come from the subcontractors, and, we haven't seen a reason to agree to them at this point in time, so.
Okay.
No?
You want me to make a motion?
Yeah.
Make a motion to close the public hearing for special permit 11 Lamson Road to construct a PFAS treatment facility to upgrade the existing water treatment facility, Foxborough Department of Public Works.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I'll make a motion to grant the special.
Before you do this, this is a special permit under the Water Resource Protection Overlay District. And because it's a special permit, we need to address some of the criteria for granting the special permit.
Can you remind us what that is again?
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you.
The number one is community needs served by the proposal.
Well, this is going to be cleaning the water that's going to our residents. So I would say it's meets that one. 2 thumbs up.
Number two is traffic flow and safety, including parking and loading.
No change.
Adequacy of utilities and other public services.
No change.
No change.
Neighborhood character and social structures.
This is
Does
a,
not apply.
this is a road with no residents on it, and it's very secluded.
Impact on the natural environment.
Minimal.
And potential economic and fiscal impact to the town, including impact on town services, tax base, and employment.
Well, it is being funded by
SRF.
It's through the
SRF.
SRF program. It's a 0% loan, and you don't start paying until construction's done, which is
They're telling
great.
us it's not going to increase employment.
Or
Same
workload.
staff. It's going to be there.
Thank you.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the special permit for 11 Lamson Road to construct a PFAS treatment facility to upgrade the existing water treatment facility, Foxborough Department of Public Works.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ta-da.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your presentation.
So, Mr. Gallagher, a quick question.
Sure.
Oh, no.
Finishing Elm Street?
The DPW garage?
Yes.
We are on schedule to complete the project December 8th is the current end date. So we have
Looks great.
garage doors are going in this week, and that'll make the building watertight. And then the new fueling station is getting some fuel delivered on Tuesday, so they can go through testing procedures on that. And that is due by the end of the month to have that piece completed. We're expecting some final paving on the new bus lot as well as that front area, again, by the end of this month. A lot of the landscaping is being done actively, so if you drive by, there's a lot of landscaping that has been done in those islands along the roadside. So that is working through this week as well. And it's moving quick now.
I see it every day.
How
Yeah.
about the public safety building?
I have not heard on that one yet. I know the architect had finalized everything. I believe he finalized everything he needed to, and it was supposed to be ready to go out to bid, but I have not followed up on that, as was the police chief's project.
Gotcha.
I'm just waiting for him to tell me when I need to dig a hole.
Sounds like a plan.
Fantastic, thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion
Thank
to
you.
adjourn.
No, we can't.
Oh, gosh, I'm jumping ahead.
Yes, you are.
I make a motion to continue the public hearing, sadly. Site plan review special permit, 0 East Belcher Road, contract DR J. Cook Realty LLC until October 23rd at 7:05 PM.
Before we vote this, I'm gonna do the same thing I did at the last meeting. How much further are we gonna kick the can?
We're just gonna keep kicking it. What's our alternative? He did not meet the deadline.
Yeah, they,
Exactly.
there was an inspection done. The deadline was August 31st. There was an inspection done last Monday. Progress has been made, but not enough to satisfy the zoning board. Further executive sessions will happen.
Okay? The can is kicked.
It's gonna get kicked when I'm not here to kick it. I make a motion to adjourn.
You could delay your closing, you know.
Well, we have to first vote on,
Oh.
You're going to vote on your continuance.
yes.
Oh, Jesus,
You made the motion, I'll second it.
thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You want to read this into the record before we adjourn?
No,
No,
no. Did you talk to Tom?
I did.
Do you have to do anything?
Can we close the public hearing?
Yeah,
Oh, we
I mean,
closed
the
it.
meeting.
Oh,
close the meeting.
we vote to adjourn. Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.